It's like my oral fixation.
There, you have the light, dude. Take it. Take it. Take it. Your pores are still popping, though, dude.
It's fucking hot in here. I'm gonna be blind by the end of this.
I'm not a number guy, dude, so.
You ever like have all your fucking applications just fucking all start jumping up and down?
No, because I'm a professional. I think he's dead.
Hold on, let me roll these sleeves up a little bit. I got jacked today.
You sure you don't want to start an OnlyFans, bro? I'm supposed to take you seriously with celery in your fucking mouth? I do a lot of blowing, bro. Maybe you should invest in one of those Instagram lights.
Maybe you should go fuck yourself.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Waking Up Woke. I'm here with my stupid, dummy, thick co-host, Cyrus Farr. I got our super producer, Adam Tidridge, on the side of me right here. We got a nice episode in store for you guys. I hope you like it.
I have a big announcement to make. Our producer, Adam, has actually been promoted. He is now our, senior executive producer?
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Yep,
I mean,
that's a big jump for him.
Through the ranks. I mean, we're averaging, 4 listens a pod?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
we've been a week, and he's already up there.
We're fucking blowing up, baby.
He's doing
we're all about
well.
growth and waking up woke, and that's all I really want, you know? That's what
we're all very proud of him.
All right, so the very first thing I have to start off the show is I was scrolling through Twitter, and I saw this thing that, like, some TweetDeck girl tweeted, and she was like, hey, do, like, guys get butterflies? And my immediate thought was like, I don't get butterflies, I get personality boners.
Personality boners are for sure a thing.
Personality boners are for sure a thing. So I want to say 99% of males have experienced a personality boner.
It's, in my opinion, what a personality boner is for people that don't know. It's like, I guess it's kind of when you could, it's like, I guess just the feels really, but it's more of the feels, honestly, like on like the personality and talking to stage. You know what I mean?
Nothing sexual has to be going on. You could just tell me something funny, and then all of a sudden the blood's rushing down there, and I'm just like what is going on?
You get excited when they snap you, and you feel like you got to answer right away.
And you're just like, I'm feeling it, and then that's like when men's flight or fight reactions just initiate, and they're just like, oh God, I actually like this girl. I gotta go. Initiate ghost protocol, baby. And then they just
Yeah, I think it's mainly just crazy feels that don't actually have to. I mean, you can get like, it's different than just having the regular feels with like the sexual stuff also involved. But it's like even before that comes, like, oh yeah, when you first.
Well, I mean, we're usually just walking boners, so like it doesn't take a lot.
Yeah.
But like usually when we're just talking normally, and that's like they don't preempt it, and we're just having a normal conversation, just blood rushing down there always catches me by surprise, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Why is that?
We're pretty dumb. We're very easily entertained. I'll be honest. At least I am. Doesn't take much.
So wait, how often would you say you pop a personality boner when you're talking to a girl then?
Like a new one? Like if I meet a new girl at the bar, let's say cute.
Let's start with that, yeah.
Probably like every other.
Every other sentence?
No, like every other interaction.
Okay.
Like if she's cool and she's like attractive to me, then for sure, yeah, absolutely. Like,
but is that a personality boner?
I
or
dive
just a regular boner.
No, it's personality. It's like because it's literally just first contact, just like kind of the attractiveness and kind of like just overall vibe. Like I'm into your vibe, and I fall in heavy hard quick, like very hard. So like the first, say I had to like meet some girl, and like the next like 2 days, and like snapping, I'm like I dive so hard in, and then I usually, and like you said, the fight or flight. And either retreat back or keep going.
Okay. All right. So would you say that there's a honeymoon phase for personality boners at the same time?
Oh, my God. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's like the first like 48 hours maybe.
So
it's short. It's not long.
So if you keep getting personality boners for a girl that you just keep talking to like longer and longer, would that scare you more?
Scare you in the long run for sure.
Really?
Yeah, you might actually end up dating her.
Real
oh
shit,
man,
right?
Yeah.
And then
personality boners. If you keep getting them without this, even like the sex part, in like 2 weeks later, 3 weeks, and you're still talking to them, maybe 4 weeks, it's like, okay, you may actually like that girl.
Wow.
And this could be a tip for
though.
girls. This could be a tip for girls if you guys experience something like this. Like there's no kind of sex going on just yet, but you guys are constantly talking for like a month. He's got a personality boner. He's for it.
He's all about it. I don't know. It's such a weird thing just to like sit there and like not be talking about anything sexual, and then like they could be making like a dumb joke that you genuinely find funny. Not that girls aren't funny. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is it's just a weird feeling for guys just to like not have that sexual like trigger, and then it just like all of a sudden everybody like the judge rises and you're fucked, and you're just like, why is this happening? I can't do it. Like I gotta go shower. I gotta go take a cold shower real quick.
All right. So I think that was what you told me about that this week. I think you saw that, right?
Yeah, because I saw that tweet and I was like, I don't get butterflies, I get personality boners.
Now I have a question for you guys. Do you, like when you define a personality boner, can it just be like a mental state, like a feeling, like that feeling of really liking somebody, or is it like you mean like when you're talking to them, like it's a physical reaction of like an actual boner?
Me, it's more mental. I don't actually get one.
I think it's both. I actually get them.
I think Isaiah
I legitimately get them. Like, I legitimately get them.
I thought it was more like symbolic.
No,
for me at least.
You've never felt that?
Oh, really?
Like you've never been talking to a girl and she just like genuinely makes you laugh, and like all of a sudden like you're just rising?
No, I think
the sun's coming out, dude.
Because I thought you guys were like kind of on two different planes.
Yeah, I guess we are.
I'm telling you, when I'm really into a girl, like that, like she could not give me a sexual trigger in the slightest. And we could just be talking about how her day is going, and she says something funny, and I'm rising. Like, I'm just like, okay, that's weird, but like maybe I actually like, and that makes me like, that puts me in the mind frame of like, oh wow, I might actually like this girl. Like it's a physical reaction that I have.
I don't get the physical reaction till
you don't get the physical reaction. Adam, have you ever gotten a physical reaction?
No, when I think of like a personality boner, I think it's like the equivalent of what butterflies are for like a girl.
I think so too. Yes, I think they are butterflies, but I refuse to say that I got butterflies.
That idea of like just what, like when you're talking to somebody, you're just getting that connect. I call it chemistry. I always just say like
That's too PC.
I have like deep.
I was never good at chemistry.
Like I'm not good at chemistry either, and much like chemistry, love is something that is very hard to understand. So I think that's that's where I get that from. But like I think when you have chemistry with somebody, that's you having a heart boner and them having butterflies. Like that's just what I'm getting.
I like that name, the heart boner. That's a good name for it too.
So, new question: is there something physically wrong with me?
I don't think so. I think you're a 23-year-old adult.
Yeah, I think that you're just a guy that is physically having you pop up more often than us, which is actually to be commended. So, no,
I'm like worried about myself right now.
Back in the old days,
dude. You guys?
Back in the old days, you'd be like prime male, like you'd be the alpha.
Yeah.
That's a very good trait to have back in the days of survival.
I mean, I am the talent here, so I guess that makes sense.
Now none of that shit matters. If you can do a TikTok dance, you're in there. You got it. That's what matters now.
I could probably hit a Meg the Stallion fucking dance on TikTok. I'm a savage, dude. Abby tried teaching me part of that, and like the only thing I could get was the hips. I don't have any rhythm, dude. I just kind of beat to my own drum.
Yeah, so I don't think anything's wrong with you. I think
no, you're normal.
I think you just get a more physical reaction to the personality boner than most guys.
Well, if anybody else out there gets physical personality boners, please
call a doctor.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up, dude. Please reach out. Please reach out. Please reach out. I need to know that I'm not alone and there's nothing wrong with me. But speaking of alpha males, how long do you think you could last in a fight with Mike Tyson? Right now.
All right, I'm glad you brought this up like the other day to me, so I could have second think about it. Right now, I think I'm pretty close to my best chance at ever in my entire life. Honestly, like I don't think I was any more in shape any other time. I honestly think I will last one round. I could get out the first round, and I don't think would get hit too many times. Maybe like 3 or 4, but not clean ones. Not directs. I think all I got to do is move around. Literally, I'm just sprinting around the ring at almost full speed. As long as I can hold that for like, what is it, 3-minute round? What's boxing? 5?
I think it's 3.
Depends. I guess in UFC.
Depends on if you're doing like if you're fighting for like a heavyweight or if you're just doing like an exhibition.
I think I would just literally go at the speed that I can for the entire round. After the first round, I'm gassed, and he's gonna whack me the next one. But I think I just continually just run around, spin around in circles, and I can just do that for the round, and I would survive. But after that, I'd probably be pretty gassed and not make it long the next round until he catches me.
I don't know.
I think that first round, I don't get touched.
You don't think you get touched in the first round?
Imagine just running around the ring as fast as you can. There's no way he's catching me. It's not possible.
Dude,
I'm not getting cornered. I'm pretty confident in it. I'm pretty confident.
I don't think
I'm not going to fight him. I'm not going to fight him. I'm just going to run around.
I don't think Mike Tyson is one of the greatest boxers of all time. I think he's one of the most physically gifted boxers of all time, but I don't think he had that mental fortitude that a lot of that you hear boxers talk about. Like, I don't think he has that because he got a couple punches in the back of the head from Holyfield, and he just started biting ears off. So I don't think he's like one of the greatest of all time, but I think he's one of the most physically gifted. If you get caught with one liver shot from even old Iron Mike, you're down, dude. And I don't think you have the speed. I don't think I have the speed. I certainly don't. I think I'm lasting a minute, maybe.
That's because you got to actually stand there and try to fight him. I'm not. I'm rabbiting. I'm running. I ain't stopping.
I don't think so, dude. Because I think if you give Iron Mike a running shot at you and he even connects with any part of your body, you're feeling that.
I think if he gives me any kind of body shot, it's going to take my breath away, and then I'm not going to be able to run anymore, and he'll get me. But
exactly. But I feel like he could 100% clip you in some sort of way, even if you're running around. Have you seen how fast that man's hands move?
No, but I think I can just literally just use my feet and just not even get close to him. The ring's almost big enough where I can literally just continue to run around.
Let me bring up Mike Tyson's.
One, he's old as shit now, so he's not as fast. I mean, yes, he's still obviously probably, again, very fast. But I don't think he'd be able to catch me if I just ran around the ring as much as possible.
All right, hold on. Mike Tyson is 5'10", and his reach is 71 inches. So
what's my reach? He's only got a couple inches on me. I'm 5'9", and my reach is probably
that means he's probably just as fast as you. Even this is one of
he's heavy though, dude. He's heavy.
He's
got to be almost 70 pounds heavier than I am. Oh my god, it's so scary. Somebody my stature that's fucking 70 pounds heavier than I am.
240 pounds.
He's 80 pounds heavier than I am. That's absurd.
I don't know, man. I think you're getting caught. I think you're getting caught in the first round, and you're not making it out of the first round.
I think I make it out of the first round. I think he may catch me late in the first, but I think I make it out. Second round, I'm shot. There ain't no way.
All right. Well, the reason I ask you this is because Mike Tyson asked for $500 million. We're going into the heat check. I'm sorry. I just kind of dived into it. This is the start of the heat check right here. Yeah. Mike Tyson asked for $500 million to fight an exhibition with Tyson Fury.
That's
the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
How much would Tyson get?
Tyson, what?
How much would Tyson Fury get?
Well, I mean, if they're fighting for $500 million, he'd get a decent amount. Like that would be like what he's fighting for, or something. I don't really, if we're being honest, I really don't know how boxing contracts work. I really don't.
Oh, like
I don't know if like
fight? I feel it differs between the two guys in the fight. They're both not getting the same.
I think your promoter would put up the money, like they pay the other side, and then the other promoter pays the other side. But I could be completely fucking wrong. I have no idea. But the fact that $500 million was put on the table when Tyson Fury just got out with the most dangerous man in the world right now, Deontay Wilder, is absolutely crazy.
That is just an unearthly amount of money, and you can't make that, like, it's impossible. It shouldn't be possible to make that amount of money in one day. In like an hour. You know what I mean? Like,
that's sell your soul type of shit, dude.
That's unreal. For him, it's nothing. Not nothing, but it's in reality, 500 million to him is like that'd be nice, but he don't need it. So I think
wins though? Mike Tyson or Tyson Fury?
Tyson Fury.
You think Tyson Fury?
The last fight
I think so,
against
too.
Wilder that we watched, that shit was amazing.
Tyson Fury
I
back is a wild thing to see, man.
I think Mike Tyson gave that number because he doesn't want to do it. He don't need to do it. You know what I mean? It was kind of like when Conor McGregor hopped in the fucking boxing ring. Like, he didn't need to do that, but he got a fat payday for getting his ass whooped. You know what I mean?
His ass whooped, bro.
Well, he got fucking he lost.
He lost, but he hung in there with Floyd Mayweather for a while. A lot longer than
that was his plan, though. That was his fucking plan. Floyd knew he was doing that.
Whatever you want to say. Everybody was like, Conor McGregor won't last 3 rounds with Floyd, and he took him the distance. So, like,
regardless, I think that a 500 million fight we will never see that in our lifetimes. There's absolutely no way. Like,
I don't know. There is a possibility. If UFC can get big enough,
I don't think it can be
heavyweights at UFC can get big enough. Could you imagine just like 6'3" gladiators just fucking?
No, but there's nobody with a big enough name, and nobody will be with a big enough name by that point.
Yeah, but as the market grows for that, so will the money.
Well, ESPN did the right thing with them. They're making a lot more money. It's honestly a lot better for us now. How they split it up, there's just fights more often rather than like seldom times during the year. It's a lot more fun, especially to bet on. So I do agree that the market is definitely growing for that, but I just don't see anybody. I mean, who knows? Maybe by the time we're like a lot older, kid comes up and he's the nastiest we've ever seen. But I still don't. 500 million, dude. That is
500. Well, you got to think at one point in time, boxing was was the most prolific sport you could get into. So like,
oh yeah,
getting $1 million for a fight back then would be equal to, I don't know how much. I'm not a math guy, so like I'm not even gonna try to throw out a number. But that's like generational wealth for a person right there.
Yeah,
getting $1 million. So if you think about it, if UFC keeps growing at the rapid rate that it does, and more people start getting into it and getting better at like submissions and then striking and doing all that, and then like it becomes more of a chess match for those type of people, like you could see a serious surge, and I think you could see a 500.
But I think it'll max out. Like how much they're going to pay these guys will be determined by how many. It's obviously how many people watch it, how much money they're making on the fight. And I think right now you get the bit like the Wilder and Fury fight. That was like everybody that was going to watch it watched it.
Yeah.
Like everybody. So I feel like the amount of money that they're going to make is almost capped unless they start, obviously it will happen. They'll start jacking up the pay-per-view price. Yeah. But at this point, that's what's going to change how much these guys get paid, because that much money, nobody's making money because they're already like that was the biggest fight. You're not like, you can't get that many more people to watch it than already did.
I get what
that's how it is with the McGregor fights and that fight. When those fights are literally everybody who will watch it is watching it.
I get what you're saying.
I don't think that they're gonna get that. Maybe someday in 1,000 years.
I'm still staying true with. I think we're gonna see one in our lifetime.
I'd like to.
We may be 85 and going into AI at that point, but I think I'd
like to see it.
I think we'd see it. All right. Next up we got Navy linebacker transfers to Ole Miss. Can you fucking do that?
Is that desertion? Did he go AWOL?
I don't know. Like
I don't went AWOL.
My thing that got me when I saw that, like on Twitter, like scrolling through Twitter, was like, you're at an academy, don't you get paid to basically play there, like for free?
I know. I don't know any athletes there, but I do know people that went. We know people that went there, and I know they get paid monthly to go there as as students. And obviously when they get out, they're enlisted in the military. It just doesn't make any sense to me that you can just leave. I mean, I guess you can't literally hold the kid hostage, but
like at the same time, like how does the NCAA like allow Navy, Army, Air Force to like do this at the same time?
I've never, it's funny because I knew they played their students, but I never even made the connection. The NCAA athletes getting paid. I'm like, holy shit, they're like, how'd they get away with that shit?
How do they do that? I mean,
Well, because they're still doing the same thing that every other student there is doing, so that's what they're really getting paid for. If they quit playing football after their first season, they'd still get paid the same. So it's not like they're getting paid more.
Don't get me wrong, I got nothing against the troops either, but I'm just confused on how they're even playing sports, because Olympic athletes that go to college and then go to like the Olympics, they can't take any sponsorships or anything to get paid, because then they're considered professional. So if you're getting a paycheck from your own school to go there, how are you not considered a professional?
That must be like a weird clause with NCAA, or a weird like.
And don't they have scholarships and stuff too?
Well, no, they don't. You just get. I don't think the academies work like that. Like, you get accepted, like you're in. They pay. You know what I mean? There's no like any. If you're the best going in, it doesn't really matter, because you're getting paid. Like you're not going to get paid more because you were smarter.
If academies get scholarships, real quick.
I think it's just all like you get accepted, like you're in. They pay for your school, they pay for everything. Then they put you in the Army and they give you a ton of money. That's from what I understand.
Can you get a scholarship for playing at like Navy, Air Force, Army?
You think they'd pay? Like, you think they'd get more money for playing football?
No, but like I don't think they could get paid then by the school.
You think NCAA athletes at academies can't? Do you think? I think it's a little. I didn't really think about it, but it makes sense why they should get paid. I don't think they shouldn't.
They
still do everything else every other student does, and they're still going to go to the military.
That's true, and they're still doing their civic duty and like signing up. But like,
yeah,
I was talking to Joe about this. He looked up a rule, and they said as long as you transfer within the first 2 years.
Yeah, so the transferring thing is what we transfer. The transfer thing is what we really thought was wild, because you're going to school and they're paying you to go to school, and then you just can dip when you feel like it. I guess it'd be different if the academies were like top 5 programs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd be a little different, because you could go there and you'd be like, actually,
Adam's got an answer for us real quick. Just hold that thought for 1 second.
There are no athletic scholarships at the service academy.
Yeah.
Every student at Army, Navy, and Air Force schools are on a scholarship. It's up to the coach what type of scholarship to give, but at the service academies, they're all 4-year scholarships and always have been.
Yeah, so they pretty much, it's all you get accepted, you're in, they pay for you, the whole 9. Yeah. What was I saying?
Whether they're playing football or not, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever sport they're in.
Yeah, exactly. So say Navy was a top 5 program. Say you got recruited to go there, whatever, you went there, and then they pay you for those first 2 years, and then you dip after your sophomore season and go play for Alabama, because obviously you're good enough if Navy was a top 5 program. I feel like it's crazy. It's like having like you're on scholarship, so you got a full ride, but not only do you have a full ride and free school, they're paying you. So you're pretty much like jipping the NCAA by getting paid, which they absolutely don't want to happen.
I legitimately can't wrap my brain around this right now.
You're just scamming the NCAA at that point.
That's what I'm saying. And the NCAA doesn't like. They literally suspended Chase Young for 2 games for taking money so his girlfriend could watch him play in the Rose Bowl, and then he paid that money back. But like, they suspended him for 2 games anyway because he still took money.
Well, I think.
But no, you go, Adam.
Keep doing this stance, or are you gonna let one of?
I'm gonna. What it said was that it's in exchange for their service once they leave college. So I mean, it's not like they're getting all this for free. Like they then have.
Well, does this kid have to still enlist? Does he still have to enlist after he graduates from the other school he transferred to?
That's what I
feel like you should.
Could you look that up? Because that 2-year rule, that 2-year rule. I am the master of the English language. That 2-year rule. Now I'm so focused on my English that I forgot my train of thought. That 2-year rule would be like you're not getting any service out of them because you can just transfer out. So
I feel like I feel like they still have to. I feel like once you sign that contract before your freshman year, like when you graduate high school, I feel like you still have to go to the military after you're done, even if you transfer somewhere else. That would be my guess. That would make most sense. Otherwise, yeah, the academy is just paying you for 2 years worth of service that you're going to serve after school. And they're like, actually, deuces, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go play for somebody else. It's a little weird. And it's a little different since the academies aren't necessarily generally a top 5 program.
Yeah.
They're usually sub, well, maybe like average, I guess. So it's not like if they do transfer from there, they're going to go and they want a full ride for free school still, they're going to have to go to a lower tier program to do that.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're really getting anything out of it. You're going from academy to like a lower tier program to get a full ride if you're trying to go
but this
the
guy's
route
going to
of
Ole
saving
Miss.
money.
He actually put
that's
numbers
crazy.
up. He actually put numbers up too. Like he had like I think it was like 69 tackles and 8.5 sacks or something like that.
We'll have to see. Is he getting a scholarship
for Ole
Miss?
Got an answer for us.
I have an answer. Yes, after your second year, before summer starts, you have the option of walking away without any penalties. You can transfer your college credits to another college that's equal. And this does happen with every class, about 50 to 75 cadets.
Interesting. So kids just decide. I guess, I mean, at that point, they may not have to go in because, say you go there for 2 years and you're like, honestly, this shit ain't cut out for me. I'm out. They maybe can pay the money back. I don't know if you don't enlist at the end.
Like I got to get somebody on here. We got to get somebody on here that can answer these questions for me.
Find some academy kids.
Yeah, we got to find some academy kids that like decided like, this isn't for me. I got to go.
Let's just
if anybody out there knows anybody, please put them in contact with me. I would love to have them on to talk about this because that's genuinely interesting.
Yeah.
How do you finesse a system like that? But
all right. So that's a very interesting topic. And then the next one, still sticking with sports, NBA and baseball are back. And what does that mean, buddy?
Betting's back, baby. I'm so fucking excited, dude.
I'm all jacked up to lose some money, baby.
I'm so excited to see if the fucking Bucks and Giannis can get me to my fucking 59 win future still. I don't know how that's going to work out for me.
Is it going to work?
It's just been pending in my fucking book.
We'll have to negotiate that with the boss man.
I don't know how many games they're playing, but did you see the NBA slate?
I didn't. I saw it and I was doing something. I said, that'd be good to look at. Did you look at the bracket? Is it like a bracket or is it how
right
they doing
now? It's just it was just like the regular season schedule to get everybody in like playing shape before they go into the playoffs.
How many games are they doing of like a schedule before they go into playoff mode?
I'm kind of hazy on it right now, but I want to say they're doing one 1:30 game a day. Like each day, they're gonna do 1:30 game.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna do any work.
1:30 game, 2 4:00 games, and then I think a 6:30 game. I want to say
every day for like what, like a week or two?
For like a week or two, and then they'll go into the playoff stuff.
Yo, thank God the NBA's back because if the baseball was the only sport that's coming back, that would have been
baseball's
brutal.
Coming back. They're implementing new rules. They're going to the season's only going to be 60 games.
Yeah, I thought it was going to get down to like 50 or something like that.
No, 60 compared to 182. That's going to save so many pitchers' arms and so many bullpen arms. And
the way, like the strategy these guys go about, like the pitching game is going to be upside down than what it usually is. It's going to be fucking crazy.
Did you hear about the extra inning rule?
No.
The extra inning rule. So now people are going to start, like, if you go into extra innings and in baseball, you get a runner on base at the start.
Really?
At the start of an extra inning. Huh? To try to speed it up because, like how people can just go into like fucking 20 inning or like 15 inning game when it's
these games are going to go long. That's why they did that. These games are going to go forever because they know they're like, we can't, like, there's no second chance here. There's not many games. We don't like live and die.
One thing that was interesting to me was that Nick Swisher said that you could probably see a lot of teams that like come out of the gate hot. They're probably going to have a decent chance to get into the playoffs because it's only 60 games. And
the season's not going to ebb and flow. Like you are going to live by how you start.
If you start out 10-2, you're probably going to keep that momentum and keep going before teams can.
You can coast all the way.
You can just coast, and then. But he said if teams start out fucking slow, like 2-10, your playoff shots are probably fucking down the drain. So what are you playing for anyway? That's not what he said. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think we're going to see weird like playoffs in a weird World Series, like somebody wouldn't expect. I think it's going to shake the world up. That's what I'm saying. I think some of the teams that generally wouldn't have a shot because like with such a large season, usually the best teams usually go. Obviously, there's like, but when you have such a small sample size, like you said, you just happen to start slow. The Yankees just happen to lose their first, lose their first 7 out of 10. Like, it's not, it don't look
we're
good.
a Yankee podcast, dude. I don't ever want to hear that out of your voice again, dude.
Did I ever tell you I'm a Dodgers fan?
I'll kick you right in the nuts, bro. What outfielder did the Dodgers get this offseason, dude?
I'll have to text my inside source.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you why I'm a Dodgers fan? It's
No.
actually a funny story.
Oh, so because of Jackie Robertson, dude?
No.
Jersey?
My senior, I do a jersey, yes, but my senior year, one of our roommates was a Dodgers fan, and pretty much all of our other friends were Red Sox fans. That was when they were in the World Series together, and I felt so fucking bad for the poor bastard sitting on the couch, cheering by himself, crying by himself. Everybody else is all on the other side. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. Went upstairs, grabbed the jersey, fucking came down. I said, you know what? I'm here for you. I've never been a fan of baseball at all. Like, never even been to a game.
Dude,
I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be a fucking Dodgers fan.
We played Little League.
Yeah, besides that, and I was no good. Why would I want to watch baseball? I was no good.
That is true.
So, yeah, I am a Dodgers fan, but I probably couldn't tell you anything about them. But I will go Dodgers. Yep.
All right, dude.
Well, besides that, yes, we do.
Adam's
we
got
do
the NBA schedule. I can't deal with the baseball right now just because you triggered me with the fucking Dodgers shit, bro. Fuck you, dude. Lives in New York, is a Dodgers fan. Fuck off.
Brooklyn. I'm in Brooklyn. That makes sense. The Brooklyn Dodgers, way back in the day.
They're not in Brooklyn anymore, fat ass.
So there will be a maximum of 7 games per day. Tip-offs will range from noon to 9 p.m. This is Eastern time. And there are 3 total courts. 2 of them are set up for nationally televised games.
Can you find the slate that I was talking about? Because the way they divvied it up, I saw it one day. It was like 1:30 game, 2 4:00 games, 1 6:30 game, 1 at 8, and then there has to be 1 at 9 because they said 9 o'clock. I forget where I fucking saw it, but I know I saw it. But hey, bottling season, just a little update. The Lakers lost Avery Bradley, their best fucking wing defender.
I also saw they're signing JR.
J.R. Smith, dude? You mean the guy that blew a finals game the last time he was in the NBA?
The memes on that are incredible. It's amazing.
I'm just
it's gonna happen again.
I'm filling my bottle of joy right now, dude.
We'll see.
That's all that's going in there, dude. I don't think they're getting it. I don't think they're winning, man.
I don't know. I don't think so either, to be honest with you, but I'm very excited to watch. I just like watching them play, to be honest with you.
I just like watching dunks, man.
You know what's bullshit? The fucking season that we were finally supposed to see the Warriors literally just lay an egg, and we just missed half of it.
That's facts. That is
More
facts.
than
I think
half.
Adam found the schedule, though, for NBA games.
The schedule.
For Friday, July 31st, because on the Thursday there's only 2 teams playing. But for Friday, July 31st, it's 2:30, 2 4 o'clocks, a 6:30, an 8 o'clock, and a 9 o'clock. So
that's just a day full of sports.
It's dangerous. I'm not gonna work. I sit on my couch to work all day. How am I not gonna have the TV on?
I can't wait to waste $100 on bets every single week, dude, on just basketball games.
Probably
all against the Lakers.
All right, so I guess we can come back to that once it actually starts.
About what you said about the Warriors, about how they were supposed to lay an egg, how they got off on an easy one. How about the fucking Astros getting off on an easy one?
Yeah, they were supposed to literally break the world record for hit by pitch.
I mean, they still might do that, but there's not a lot of crowd. But
for something like that may carry over to next season. People still gonna hate them. That's not going away anytime soon. People will still hate them for a while.
But I mean, time is their biggest friend right now. They don't play in a stadium full of people that fucking hate them. They don't have to.
Yep.
That could fuck with their.
Could you imagine they won? Oh my God! Imagine they win the series,
bro. They got a bullpen on them. They may have lost Jared Cole, but they got a bullpen on them.
Oh my God!
I mean, I don't know how good their hitting's gonna be because they can't bang trash cans anymore. But
yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see. Well,
that was supposed to be a whole big thing. That was supposed to be a storyline. All the fucking dope ass signs that random people create just in the stands, boo.
Would have been a great time for memes. Would have been legendary meme worthy. Would have been an amazing time. Great era.
Disappointing. disappointing though, dude. But once that gets started up, we can start doing pick'em seasons, bro.
Very excited for that.
And then we get to go head to head. Who you got, dude? I'm excited. I think you might get me in basketball because I'm just not a basketball guy. But
for somebody that cannot play basketball for my life and really doesn't know a ton about it, I have a lot of success betting the NBA. I don't know why.
I overthink the NBA.
I do pretty well. I think I just look at it so like cursory, like so very shallow. I mean, I just do well. I don't know why. I don't ask questions.
I start thinking about like who's got a better big, and then I'm like, it's not a big.
See, that's why I don't ask you when I take mine.
It's not a big league anymore. You got to be able to shoot the 3 ball, and I'm just like, nah, pass it to your big dog.
Who's the best big?
Post him up. But
I usually come to you for my football ones because I tend to overthink them.
Yeah, I can't wait for football to start, dude, in college football. Dude.
Speaking of football, we're just rolling right through here.
Hot take. College football.
What?
This is just a slight pause. You're going to see UNC in the top 10 this year. They're making it to the top 10, baby.
I'm glad he put that on record because
Sam Howell.
Comments on that. I think you're just dumb.
Sam Howell. You can bottle that up, baby. Just put it on the shelf. You can bottle it.
I want to talk about that more in depth when we know for sure that this season is happening.
And
preseason starts.
Minnesota's going to win the Big Ten.
That I believe. We've been go Gophers for now almost a year and a half now, so we're definitely for it.
Go, baby.
We can talk more about college football when we know that it's actually coming back, hopefully.
Yeah, don't put that energy. But keep going. What do we got?
The other headline we're moving right into, flowing right along here. Big Ben back in the news, not for anything good, as always, never good. So he came out and said he had a severe porn addiction and alcohol addiction.
Was this during the time when he was like winning Super Bowls?
I don't think so. No, I think it was more recently than that. Within the past 5 or so years, I think.
Super Bowls out of him?
He's won 2 Super Bowls. He's been to 3.
Okay.
So I think the funniest thing about this with Big Ben is just like he's like every time anybody mentions his name online, it just blows up because he's just so funny just to talk about or to make fun of. And in this case, it's like
he's alcohol. Bro.
What?
He's always in that.
He shaved too. Yeah, and he just looks like his face is just funny to look at. It's hilarious. Yeah, I just find it so funny that he's like, yeah, I was actually addicted to porn and alcohol for a long time, and I was like, holy shit, like same dude, but
like
must have been way worse.
But like Jesus Christ, like pulled him from the depths, right?
Something like that. I think he put it onto that.
When you sent me that article, immediately I had to take a break from reading it and go like, he was only talking to Christian men. Like females don't go through this type of stuff all the time. That's not very welcome.
I don't know.
Burger. I'm just saying.
He had fucking a bunch of.
But I don't think a lot of girls want to hear what he says either because of the whole allegation thing that happened with him.
That's what I'm saying. So he's never really in the news for much good. Recently, you know what I mean? Injuries, fucking how fucking big he got, the boot. Now this thing, the allegations from a couple years ago, I guess it is now.
That's crazy, man.
So I just find that very interesting.
We'll see playing at a NFL caliber is like ridiculous when he's boozing like that.
Dude, if you look at him, you're like, that guy does not look like he can come up and down the field.
What I'm hearing is he had no testosterone either because he was just cranking it out.
I didn't think about that aspect of it. Oh, yeah. Maybe that's why he wasn't so good. He's got to hold it in.
I mean, he was still pretty good for having like probably 2% testosterone in his body for being an NFL player.
Dude, that's why Tim Tebow was nasty for so long.
He was just fucking saving it, dude. It was like that one episode of BMS, Blue Mountain State.
Yeah.
When they all go celibate and they just fucking start laying
They're savages. They're like on crack.
on the church squad. Just fucking laying it, decapitating kids.
Tim Tebow had the idea, dude. Tim Tebow had the idea. Now he's on the Syracuse Mets. Go Mets.
Dude, he shouldn't be playing baseball.
He's nasty.
But
that's what.
How good do you think Big Ben's going to be this year? I want to hear your take too, Adam, because you're a Steelers fan. So
yeah, James Conner.
I want to hear your.
He's gonna
Don't even get me started on James Connor, bro.
He's gonna help. He's gonna carry.
Even get me started, dude.
I think with James Conner and they have a pretty good line, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, their line is usually pretty good.
Their line's usually pretty good. So
I think
so.
I had such a disappointing season with them last year that I really haven't kept up with anything about them.
How many wins did they get last year? Do you guys know?
Oh, not enough for me to
Not
care.
a lot.
To pay attention. Definitely not enough.
Yeah, definitely not enough. And then I had Juju on my fantasy team, and he.
How do you do fantasy wise? Well, is it a what did we do? I forget what we did this year. Did we do PPR? Did we do a PPR league this year? I forget.
PPR, yeah.
Yeah, but no,
he's probably good for that. I mean, he's the only fucking.
But no, he was not good last year.
Well, he didn't have fucking Big Ben or Antonio Brown.
Yeah, well, and that was the thing is like.
He had the duck, dude. The duck's nasty.
But Antonio Brown like really took a lot of pressure off him, and then he started doing weird rapey shit with trainers and a crazy shit in Oakland. So he sort of lost his mind a bit. He was always like an egomaniac, but he really lost his shit like recently. But as far as Big Ben goes, I mean, as soon as he got injured, I was just like, this season's over. Like, I think they'll definitely do better. But I honestly would like to see them start shopping for a new QB. Because I think
it's definitely time, and Mason Rudolph and Duck and
time, man, and like just I don't know, Rudolph. I'm not like he's all right, but I'm not crazy about him. I don't see him being our
he's not your guy. He's nobody. He's not your guy.
I think Mason Rudolph said the N word. That's just me.
In his fight with
Myles Garrett, yeah.
Myles Garrett.
I don't buy that.
That's just me, dude.
But
Myles
Garrett ain't no soft tempered guy, but he went after him.
I mean, he is, dude. He's pretty soft tempered, and I wouldn't you have to have that edge to you to be a defensive end and go up against Pro Bowl left tackles, but
they're usually some of the meanest guys in the field next to linebackers.
But if you actually sit down and have a conversation with him or listen to any of his interviews, he's mild mannered, big anime guy, and he just doesn't strike me as the type to just take your helmet, punch you in the head with it. Something had to set him off, and as many mics as there are on an NFL field or around an NFL field, and how many things you hear and see and do, the fact that no one picked up the conversation at all, just kind of surprising to me, man. That's all I gotta say. I'm not trying to bring up anything. You can all send hate in my DMs, and I'll just ignore you and say you're wrong. So,
okay,
that's all I have to say about it. But just so you know, the Steelers should have paid Le'Veon Bell because James Conner is nothing like Le'Veon Bell. Nothing.
I'm not gonna compare him, but he was nasty this year. He did great for me on fantasy. You know what? He was, and I traded him like a fucking idiot, but he was the guy that I just happened to pick up.
I've never been so, in my 23 years of life, never been so royally fucked in my life by a friend. I thought.
Look at me, I got fucked too. I got fucked.
And you gave Connor, James Conner, and I just on the week that I'm playing him, and I was I'm gonna smack him up. I'm gonna smack him up, and we're gonna do great.
He was James Conner. I feel like it had to be for every league. Whoever just happened to land on him, because I don't know what round I picked him. It wasn't high, and he not led my team, but he was a solid supporter week in, week out. Once I started him, he was fucking hot.
I remember I went to a movie that night, and when I went into the movie theater, I was smacking up Connor. I was smacking him up, and I left that movie theater with a fucking L, with a big fat L because of you, Cyrus.
Nothing worse than going away from your phone for an hour and coming back and your fantasy team's taking a shit.
30 fucking points. It was insane.
Or all your bets missed when you're away from your phone for a half hour. What the fuck just happened?
I hate when I go to sleep on my bets And I'm like, oh yeah, I look good. And then I wake up and it's just like, oh, you're down $60.
Nothing worse waking up to all losers, but there is nothing better than waking up to like 2 winners.
Even one
just like
winner,
half.
dude. I'm just like,
You're
fuck
half.
yeah, baby, let's go.
If you went 500, you're like, let's fucking go. Like, live to see another day. Oh my God. Great debate. Back again.
Here we go, baby. I'm excited.
I'm gonna let you introduce this one because it is yours.
Well,
because I just want to hear how you start, and I just want everybody to understand how dumb you are. I'm just gonna be straight out. Like, people are just gonna realize, like, this guy does not know what's going on.
I don't think I'm necessarily dumb.
Say it in one sentence. Say it in one sentence. Just say it.
I'm just not spoon-fed everything that the educational system feeds me, and I just don't think dinosaurs existed.
You heard that right.
And even saying that, dinosaurs are still around modern day, so they didn't all go extinct. So
you're saying that didn't all go extinct, so they existed. There was more.
But then why do we keep saying that they're extinct if they're still walking around on the earth?
Because the technical term for dinosaur is literally from just that certain period, like the Jurassic period of time. You know what I mean? Yes, there are some animals like sharks and shit, or like weird alligators that are technically like, or like technically like super still close. I would say they're dinosaurs. No, they're not technically dinosaurs because they were not. I think maybe just because they weren't actually the ones that are alive today weren't alive in that time period of however long the dinosaurs were around for. You know what I'm saying? Like the sharks that are alive today were born in this century. This millennium, sorry. So I don't think
they'd still be dinosaurs.
But they're close. I think they're close relatives to dinosaurs. They're slightly different. Like, if you look at this,
close relatives if all of them died when the meteor hit.
Because they evolved in similar ways as the dinosaurs eventually.
But the meteor,
like the only ones that survived.
The meteor hit and killed all of them, right?
No, obviously didn't kill everything. We're still here. It left small mammals and small little things.
Extinction type level. Something's up.
The dinosaurs are extinct. But what is up is what you're saying is that they literally physically didn't exist, and that you think that the fossils that we fucking find are fake. Did I get that right?
Yeah, I don't.
You think the bones in the museums are fake? You think they're planted?
I don't know where you're coming at though. Most of the things that I read up on dinosaurs, those bones in the museum aren't even the actual bones. They're
not bones. They're fossils.
Hey, let me talk. They're not actual bones. They're resin replicas. So where are these actual bones? And I even watched a video today with Joe Rogan. Like, he was with some paleontologist that was debunking stuff. And he had the fucking wherewithal to say that you could sneeze on a dinosaur bone and it would just disintegrate. There would be nothing there. Or it would
you know how fossils are made?
Hold on. So you're telling me you can sit there, wrap that shit around in some fucking sculpture like thing that you can recreate a bone, and like that's not going to destroy it, but you can sneeze on it and that destroys it? Does that make sense to you?
What I'm saying, no, because it's obviously not all of them are like that. Not every single fossil, because there's real fossils out there that literally people have dug up and still have.
What he said was fossils are very fragile. You can't just manhandle them around.
Yeah,
and I think
other museums, you don't touch them.
You don't touch them, yeah, and I get that. And I also just don't think if these bones are so fragile, they can go through a process of being molded or being recreated or getting that something wrapped around them and go through the process of just getting recreated like that, because they have to fucking sit there. They have to wrap those bones super carefully because
we're so good at that shit at this point, dude. We can do anything. We fucking 3D print hearts and shit. You don't think they can fucking take something fragile and recreate it out of any material you want?
And you're just backing up my point. You don't think we can just create bones and just be like, hey, there they are.
No, obviously we have the ability to be like, hey, I'm going to make this fake bone out of something and put it up and tell people it's real. We have the ability.
Cyrus, just ask me questions, dude.
All right.
What do you want to know?
You say, all right, perfect. I have questions. Okay. So you say that the dinosaur fossils that we find and we learn from, and how we know how these big animals used to exist and how they used to look, Jurassic Park shit, right? Where do you draw the line with what was fake? Were mammoths real?
No, I believe
Were the
mammoths
pyramids
were
of
real.
Egypt, were the people that lived in Egypt real?
Okay,
Where's
we're
the
not
difference,
talking
though?
about the pyramids of Egypt. We're talking about.
I'm saying in general, anything that was that historically was found by people, how do we know they're not lying? Where do you draw the line?
Well, the pyramids weren't historically found by people; they were made by people.
Yeah, but you see yeah, exactly. How do you know the scientists aren't lying about that? They didn't go inside and sketch all this shit in the wall, and there's lying to you. Why would they lie to us about the dinosaurs? Okay, so
Big
you think
paleo.
pyramids are real? Huh?
Big paleo.
Big paleo. There ain't fucking no money in that shit. What are you talking about? Big paleo.
Big paleo.
No.
Okay, just
So
keep going.
Yeah.
But I think it's way
this?
easier. I think it's way easier to carbon date the pyramids than it would be a bone. And honestly, you don't know what the information you're getting from these scientists is.
How about this? You're right. So you're saying that these guys fabricating things, lying, these scientists, these archaeologists, paleontologists, right? You're saying
necessarily, but keep going.
So if you're saying that these guys, there's some fishy shit going on, right? There have been like the same fossils of the same species found all over the world from way back when. And like in the past like 200 years, we've been digging this shit up. Are you saying, and now if you're saying
200 years?
Like us have been digging like fossils up.
Probably
longer than that.
Years. In the past 200 years.
I'm sure people, when do you think the first fossil?
So we've only started digging, we only started digging up.
I said it's going to be more than that. I said, I don't know when the fuck we found our first fucking fossil. Whatever.
I do. It's like the 1700s. Around there.
Oh, my bad. 300 years. Go fuck yourself.
300 years. So something that roamed our earth for 65 million years ago. We're just discovering it 300 years ago.
We were a little busy.
A little busy doing what? And even so.
How about this? Because we started digging for oil. When we start digging for oil, that's when you fucking find them. Because it's fucking fossil fuels came from fossils. And the energy that is stored in the oil and the crude oil came from those living creatures.
I'm pretty sure that's a myth. Pretty sure. Don't call me on it. I'm pretty sure that's a myth.
We are quoting you on that. You think that crude oil is a myth.
Can you look that up for me?
The wide-eyed stare of just being dumbfounded.
But
this is so much further than I thought.
But what I'm saying to you, dude, is they were roaming this place 65 million years ago, and all of a sudden, no one from any other era was just like thought to like that we're digging for something. Like maybe the Romans were building their empire and they didn't find anything in their empire, or they just saw these big ass bones and were just like, oh, it's probably just a big chicken. We don't need this bone, and just threw it away.
Because you're saying how fragile they are. Back then, they didn't have the technology, the resources to be able to store something like that in a secure way.
So they destroyed every single one. Nothing made it through.
Nothing survived.
You're a big math guy. What are the probabilities of that?
Obviously, since very few things survive from those civilizations anyway.
That not one person encountered more than one dinosaur bone, because usually when you find dinosaur bones, you find them in a pit. So you're telling me they didn't have the wherewithal to be like, wipe it off or like dig it out carefully, or we might break this one.
I'm sure they did, but back then it didn't like that. That wasn't a main concern of theirs. Their main concern was staying the fuck alive.
They dig up dinosaur bones with, man. Do you think they're using like fucking, I don't know what it's called, an excavator or some shit?
Obviously not.
No, they're using shovels.
Yeah.
So they didn't have shovels back in those times.
Yes, they did.
Can you
what are you
fact
saying?
check that for me?
When did I say they didn't have shovels? Yes, they had shovels. They found them. They probably found fossil.
You're going off the rail. Fossil fuels are made from decomposing plants and animals. So yes, they're made from fossils.
So they're made from fossils, but we don't know if dinosaurs exist. So what are you throwing in my face? So you want to bring up woolly mammoths? Woolly mammoths would be a fossil fuel. Saber-toothed tigers would be a fossil fuel.
I agree. So would dinosaurs.
But that point
came from fucking when we started digging for oil. That's when we started finding the fossils. And what I'm saying about the ancient civilizations, let me go out. Let me finish this here. The ancient civilizations obviously probably found fossils as well. I'm not saying just in the past 300 years we started finding them. I'm sure they found them way back when they were building their structures, building their pyramids, the Mayans, wherever they were, digging anything. I'm sure people found fossils at some point. But like you said, they're very fragile and very tough to preserve. Back then, one, they didn't have the technology to understand how old what they found was. Two, they don't really need it. Their main focus back then was survival. Three, it probably wouldn't have survived anyway because they literally don't have the technology to preserve it and to keep it, and it's not worth their time. So they probably, and that's why we find so little artifacts from that time, because it's so long ago that everything by now like disappears because it just decomposes or is lost, it's buried. Natural disasters come through, wipe everything out every few thousand years.
They're so hard to preserve, but they can go through the constant pressure of Earth. That dirt just keep piling on them. Dirt keep piling on them.
It's not like an object that is buried in there. Like it literally is Earth. It's not a piece of bone. It's different minerals in the Earth. When the bone decomposes, it almost makes like a cast of it. And it's different minerals. It's not the bone. It's like different minerals that are in the Earth in that area make a fossil. A fossil is in a bone. So it's literally Earth. It is in the Earth. The Earth made it out of the animal and what was left.
But what you're still telling me is it sounds like even if, and like we said, like we've clearly came to the conclusion that they're fragile. So even once it fossilizes, the added pressure of just years and years.
There's no added pressure. It's literally a part of the Earth. It's just buried. Like, it's not like it's sitting under there and it's like, okay, it's got 300 feet on top of it, crushed as soon as it solidifies. It happens over millions and millions of years. These things fossilize, and it's literally just Earth. It's not like a rock that's at the like 200 feet down is just going to get crushed one day from all the weight on top of it. It doesn't work. Physics don't work like that. Apparently, we need to do fossils because we found them and we have them, and people dig them up every day, all over the world.
I don't know, man.
And listen to this. All the people around the world found very similar and the same fossils, and that's how we know certain dinosaurs exist in certain areas that over there are the same as over here. You know what I'm saying? If you're saying that it's all fabricated and all lies, how the hell would all of these governments and all these different countries that found these things come together on one thing? Like, okay, actually, we're going to put this thing together as it is, and we're going to call it a T-Rex. We're going to put this thing together as it is and do that. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. We found so many of the same types. We found so many different types of dinosaur and different ancient animals like that, like mammoths, saber-toothed tigers, things like that, all across the world, and all are very, very similar. How is that faked? We've been digging up these things for 200 years, 300 years ago. Everybody's at war. Fucking shit's wild going on out there. There's no way everybody's coming together and being like, actually, let's all lie to the American people or the global people and say that, like, we dug up these old dinosaurs. And there's really no reason they would do that. Like, what's the purpose? Why would you lie?
Well, I'm not one to dispute
big paleo. There's no big paleo.
I'm not one to dispute evolution, but it seems like evolution's a big thing. I don't really care where we came from. We're here now. But, like, that seems like a big thing and part of evolution. And fighting the fact that, oh, is God real? Is creationism a thing? Did he just create us and place us on this earth? Because in the Bible, there's no sign of dinosaurs. So why would there be dinosaurs all the way back then?
The Bible talks about people. People were millions of years after.
Yeah, but
Jesus wrote the Bible.
But God created people, and there was no sign of dinosaurs.
Again, the Bible isn't about what they found in the dirt. The Bible's about Jesus.
The Bible is about Jesus, and it's the creation of humanity and everything that went on Earth, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
The creation of Earth?
Yeah, because the stories Jesus told.
And the stories Jesus told, right? So,
like,
I'm not saying this is my thought. I'm just saying that's what the Christian community goes with. They fight evolution because there were no dinosaurs in the Bible.
When they speak of evolution, it comes from the first people, Adam and Eve. Again, millions
That's not
of
evolution.
Years.
That's creation.
No, that's the way the church says it. Evolution starts way back with a big fucking bang. So you got nowhere with that one.
I'm not saying I believe what they're saying, but all I'm saying is that's like just
give me your point. Give me your argument in 3 sentences or less.
I don't believe they were real. I just
Don't
don't.
believe what was real.
Dinosaurs. I don't.
Okay.
I think that you can find fossil fuels from the millions of years that we've been on this earth, from the fucking ice men to the ice age. You can find all that shit. I don't think that necessarily proves that dinosaurs are real. I think you could see those big ass animals or have something down there, but like the fact that we can just sit there and create an entire skeleton out of like bones that we just found randomly is just kind of crazy. And we can like sit there and tell them, we can just name these creatures and just be like, hey, this is what they were.
They were named for the
I
time periods
understand.
they were from and the
I'm not
features that they
fucking
had.
I'm not mentally ill, dude. Like, I understand what you're saying. Like, I understand it's for the Mesozoic, Jurassic, fucking whatever the one with the T is. Like, I understand what you're saying, but I just don't think they were there.
What's your reasoning that they would be lying and it's all a ruse? Like, why would they lie to us? What's the purpose?
Well, that goes back to what I was saying about fucking evolution and shit. I'm
So
not
you're saying that they
that.
came up with the fake idea of dinosaurs to refute the church?
Yes.
Interesting.
I don't know. You're looking at me like that's kind of a dumb thing, but we've gone to war for a lot less.
You know what they did to people back in the 1700s that refuted the church? They killed them.
Yeah.
How would the idea of dinosaurs get to here if they came up with that idea to refute the church?
Because we didn't really start putting our time and effort into dinosaurs until like the 1700s, 1842. So you weren't just killing people back then for that.
That's arguable. I think they were.
I don't know. I think we progressed a lot past then. So, and also, if anything, history teaches us we're gullible as fuck. We're willing to believe anything that's put in front of us.
But there's evidence here.
That experts say, like, I don't know what makes you an expert, bro. Just because you read a couple of books, dude. I'm just supposed to.
These experts have been digging these things up since they were young.
But I'm just supposed to trust that?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they have.
You tell me why I'm supposed. Why? What grounds do I have to trust them?
Why would you trust your math teacher? Because he's been studying math his entire fucking life.
As you know, I'm not a fucking math guy, dude.
Why do you trust Stephen A? Why do you trust Stephen A. Smith? Because he's been doing his whole fucking life. He's talking about sports. He knows what he's talking about. This guy, these paleontologists have been digging these bones up and learning about people that before him.
That's different. I can physically watch. I can physically watch sports right now, and
physically go dig a bone up
and make my conclusions from and deem Stephen A. trustworthy. I can't.
If you were to dig a
I can. I understand what you're saying, Cyrus. You don't have to get so angry with me. I'm just trying to have a healthy conversation with you, and you're just fucking yelling in my face, dude. Treating me like I'm an idiot. But you're just yelling at me, not really changing my opinion at all. You're just throwing things at me that I don't believe, and you're just doing this.
Those things are called facts.
Whatever, dude. But what I'm saying is I could go out there and dig up a dinosaur bone, but like, how do I know it's a dinosaur bone? And I get what you're saying. It's just like, oh, because some guy researched it and they found out that this bone evolved to be a bone of a predator or a herbivore. And like, that's not crazy to you? That doesn't sound crazy to you? Like they can literally go back in time without going back in time and piece together these things. Like, that's not crazy to you?
They've found literally entire like dinosaurs fully intact. Literally some with they found mammoths with food in its stomach.
I will give you that one, but that's still a technicality because they've never found an actual 100% dinosaur.
No, but they found enough to piece it together to show you the entire thing.
99%, so I'll give you that one. But at the same time, how many of those did they find? 1, 2, 3,
it's all
4, 5?
Takes. All it needs is one.
I don't think so.
And there's more than that.
Don't you?
You're insane. But you literally think that people
isn't science about collection of data? So it only takes one, and then that's facts proven. Because isn't that what people based off back in the day with Copernicus back there when the Earth was flat? He just said, "Oh yeah, the Earth's flat because something up there or blah blah blah," and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." And then it took somebody that was considered crazy, right? Took somebody to consider be like, "Hey, bro, I think you're wrong. I think it's actually spherical," right?
You think you just
No,
said
no,
that
no. Answer
collection of data is important, right?
is that right? Am I right there?
Yeah, because he found evidence.
He found evidence. So we haven't found the evidence.
Galileo found evidence that we fucking circle the sun and the sun don't circle us. He found evidence, factual evidence, just like these people that are digging up these fossils. Factual, physical evidence, literally in your hand.
I don't know, man. Well, you couldn't put it in your hand because it probably disintegrate because all it takes is a sneeze.
I know people that have fossils, like real ones, on plaques in their homes.
I don't think those are real at all. I don't think you're just making out with a fossil like that. If they're that important to history and furthering human knowledge, I don't think you just have a plaque fossil there. Maybe it's a recreation of fossils.
It's because we found so many. You could buy them, obviously, for lots of money, for real ones. You could buy them.
So we're getting into big paleo.
I'm so done. Like, you're just refuting the fact. Like, your argument is all of the facts and things that people have found and said, they are all lies.
I'm just saying.
There's literally evidence and tons of different types of people from different times and different cultures and different areas of part of the world. You're saying collectively they came together and said, let's fucking make this shit up. That is what you are saying.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I think we can cut it there.
Hold on. No, we're not done. It's just like, my thing about it is you're so dead set on like evidence and facts and stuff like that. We basically really don't know anything, dude. That's the whole job of a scientist, is sitting there asking questions and trying to debunk them. And I get the scientists have said like all of that, but what you have to gain is you have the emergence of science becoming more important than church and state or whatever it is. You have people fighting evolution in that fact and having that spark even more debates and stuff like that. And if there weren't people in the world like me saying this shit right now, don't get me wrong, I believe in evolution. Do I believe we came from fucking dinosaurs? I don't think so. I just don't think so. And that's why I would agree. Dinosaurs.
I would agree with the fact that, yes, it is important that we continue to learn, and things that we used to think were fact are not. But in this case, that is in regard to the way these dinosaurs looked or acted or diets, shit like that.
Legitimately,
they were there.
We legitimately did that based off of bones, though. We gathered all that information based off of bones. You understand? Like, I'm sorry, that just sounds crazy. Like, that sounds crazy that you can tell a dinosaur's migratory fucking patterns, what they ate. I understand that you could tell what they did what they ate by their teeth and shit like that. That part does make sense. I'll give them that. But like migratory patterns, and I understand Pangea. You don't have to fucking give me a thing on that. I understand that we were once all connected on one continent.
No, things like that have to do with literally where they found them. They found them in herds, or they found these type by themselves, or they found this.
So if they found them in herds, and if they found them in herds, why don't we find more 100% or even close to 100% intact skeletons?
Because when the fossilization process, sometimes not all, like, it's not perfect. The type of dirt, the type of ground, the type of minerals that are in the ground, it doesn't always work. That's why you find a lot of partials. Obviously, I don't know. I'm not an expert on fossilization, but I do understand that, like you said, yeah, like a 99% full fossil of an entire being is very rare for a reason. Like, it's just the fact that it doesn't always fossilize perfectly. That's why we don't find them. But we know, like all that stuff about them through evidence and facts. Yes, a lot of it is probably stretched, like how they look. Like, now we're thinking that they have feathers and shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Your phone keeps going off, and I keep thinking it's mine.
No, somebody keeps trying to FaceTime me. So I don't know.
I'm just saying, dude, I'm not gonna be a sheep and just follow this whole thing. Like, don't get me wrong. I think we have a lot of history missing, and I just don't think dinosaurs are a part of it. And I honestly don't understand why you think dinosaurs needs to be a big part of history anyway.
I'm not saying. I think it. I mean, I think it's just, again, does it really tell us a lot about ourselves? No, because we're not really related to them. They don't really.
Not in the
It's not our
slightest, dude.
history, but I do think that they existed. This isn't a debate on whether we should be spending time learning about them. This is a debate as if they existed or not, which they obviously did.
Well, I mean, it's not a debate for us, I guess, but like for all those evolution freaks out there, that is a timely debate.
Yeah, they can have that debate, but I don't like. And besides the evolution debate, I don't know if the people that don't believe in evolution, that believe in the idea of creation, I don't think they're refuting dinosaurs. I think they're refuting the fact that we stemmed from monkeys.
I don't know.
Because the monkey time came well after the dinosaur time.
The
I don't think
research I
the
did,
creation.
it's a big thing. It's
I don't think the creation people.
Not like over. I saw a little graph and it said like 70, like maybe 60 to 70% of Christians don't believe dinosaurs are real because they weren't in the Bible. It wasn't part of God's plan. Which
God's plan.
I don't know. I don't really believe in God, so
I think I've had enough of this debate. Listeners can tell you how dumb you are themselves, because I'm done doing it.
You didn't really.
Oh my god, my blood is boiling.
Dude.
My blood is boiling.
That's why we have a podcast together, brother, because our brains operate in different spectrums. You're a science guy. I like to question science, dude. That's why. I mean, you didn't really do anything. Honestly, I don't think you really did anything to set in stone that, oh, wow, dinosaurs are real. And I guess I didn't do anything to prove to you that dinosaurs are real.
I'm gonna get a paleontologist. I'm gonna text
you
a paleontologist.
Get one, dude, but I'm just gonna ask the same questions, man.
Like, he's gonna be able to tell you more than I can, because obviously I'm no expert, but I do understand how, like, common knowledge and the fact that things exist. But regardless, I want to end it on that note, because we can go all night.
Who gives us common knowledge, you know?
And that'll do it for our great debate this week. And that is all we have for this episode. So remember, everybody, we are on YouTube and also now on Spotify. So make sure you subscribe, like, comment, give us a listen, tell your friends. Let us know what you guys think. Ideas for great debates would always be good. Comment on the great debates, because I really want to know everybody else's, intellect to my side of the conversations. That would definitely assist. So thank you.
And just a little shout out. If you're not a sheep, make sure you comment below, just because Cyrus thinks he's a fucking big brain over here, even though he got bodied the last great debate on the ocean, because he just knows what's down there, but nothing really happens. But we really don't know, because we didn't discover jack shit. And also keep questioning life, because there are a lot of questions we need to figure out, and I don't think Cyrus and the science guys have all those answers. So have a good one, guys. Hope you liked it.
Thanks for listening.